Hello students, welcome back. So students, today's English class we will be continuing with our chapter 13, The Selfish Giant. So I'm sure you're having your textbook with you, English textbook. Keep a pencil also handy. So on your screen you have this paragraph. I will be reading it. Just pay attention. Okay, and you can also read along with me. Little Lynette singing outside his window, but it was so long since he had heard a bird sing in his garden that it seemed to him to be the most beautiful music in the world. Then the hail stopped dancing over his head, and the north wind ceased roaring, and a delicious perfume came to him through the open casement. I believe the spring has come at last, said the giant, and he jumped out of bed and looked out. What did he see? Now, students, since in the last part we had stopped where we had stopped, there now, like the giant was also getting very tired of like the weather. He was really frustrated. He was just waiting and he was wondering why only in his garden there is no spring coming in, and there is everywhere only snow and frost and north wind. So he was also like, looking outside the window as he was thinking why the spring is not entering. He hears a small bird, that's Linnet, singing outside his window, and he felt, when he heard that, he felt that it was a very beautiful music. Okay, then slowly the hail also stopped dancing over his head. Like, you remember, the hail was just going round and round fast. The north wind was making a lot of noise, but now the wind also ceased roaring. Hail stopped dancing, and a delicious perfume came to him through the open casement, that is a, a window that opens like a door, through the maybe like the fragrance of some flowers that had bloomed. Maybe the fragrance that is why he felt, so he got that perfume smell, uh, fragrance. So finally he was happy, overjoyed. He jumped out of the bed and he said, I believe the spring has come at last. So this was the paragraph. Now let's check out some of the questions. So on your screen you have this question, name the adjective from the passage. There were so many adjectives in the passage. Just look at the passage. The first line you have this word long. Second line you have this word beautiful. In the third line, do you find any adjective describing word? No. Let's move. Third, the fourth line you have this word delicious. Okay, then the next line, last. Okay, so we found how many adjectives? We have this long, beautiful, delicious, and last. So now let's move ahead. Why did the giant feel like spring has finally arrived? There were so many things happening, so the giant finally felt that okay, the spring has finally arrived. Let's check out how we can frame this answer. The giant felt that the spring has finally arrived because the hail had stopped dancing over his head, and the wind ceased roaring, and a delicious perfume came to him through the open casement. So all these things he observed, and he realized that finally the spring has arrived in his garden. So let's move ahead, students. Let's read this next paragraph. He saw a most wonderful sight. through a little hole in the wall, the children had crept in and they were sitting on the branches of the tree. In every tree that he could see, there was a little child, and the trees were so glad to have the children back again that they had covered themselves with blossoms and were waving their arms gently above the children's heads. The birds were flying about and twittering with delight, and the flowers were looking up through the green grass and laughing. It was a lovely scene, only in one corner it was still winter. So this is a description about like how the children managed to creep inside the into the garden through one some hole, and they started sitting in the on the branches of the tree. In every tree there was a child sitting. The trees were also so happy, glad that the children were back. So they covered themselves with blossoms, flowers everywhere. It was flowering, and they waved their arms gently above the children's head. The birds were also flying about, twittering happily. Then flowers were looking up through the green grass. It was a lovely scene. All were very happy and they were laughing. But in one corner there was still winter. Now let's check out. Before that, let us check out some of the questions from this paragraph. So here you have this question. How did the birds and the flowers react to the change in the weather in the giant's garden? How did they react? Let's check out. The birds were flying and about and twittering with delight. They were just chirping very happily. And the flowers were looking up through the green grass and laughing. Flowers were also so happy. They were just smiling brightly. They were just looking up, putting their keeping from the green grass, and they appeared to be laughing. Next, how did the children manage to creep into the giant's garden? Here we have this answer. The children crept into the giant's garden through a little hole in the wall. Let's move ahead, students. Here we have this next paragraph for you. It was the farthest corner of the garden, and in it was standing a little boy. He was so small that he could not reach up to the branches of the tree, and he was wandering all round it, crying bitterly. The poor tree was still quite covered with frost and snow, and the north wind was blowing and roaring about it. Climb up, little boy, said the tree, and it bent its branches down as low as it could, but the boy was too tiny. Now, in the earlier paragraph, we saw that in one corner there was still winter. Why was it so? Because there in that corner there was this little boy who was standing, but he was so tiny, he was so small, he couldn't reach up to the branches of the tree. And he was just wandering all around and he was crying. The poor tree was that particular tree over there, it was still covered with frost because still there was winter there and snow, so it couldn't stretch itself, and the north wind was blowing and roaring also above it. Climb up, little boy, this tree was saying, and it bent its branches down. It was trying to bend its branches low so that the boy could hold it, but the boy was too tiny. Let's check out this question. Write the positive degree of the word farthest. Okay, so now your degree of comparison, this is the farthest word is given is, it is a superlative degree. What do we want? We are expected to write a positive degree of the word farthest. So what should be that? So comparative will be farther, and the positive degree will be far. So let's check this answer. The answer is far. Why was the boy crying? Let's check this answer out. The boy was very small and hence he could not reach up to the branches of the tree, and he was wandering all around it, crying bitterly. Because he was tiny, he couldn't hold the branches. Just because of that, he kept wandering around it, and so he was crying. Let's move ahead. We have this paragraph. And the giant's heart melted as he looked out. How selfish I have been, he said. Now I know why the spring would not come here. I will put that poor little boy on top of the tree, and then I will knock down the wall, and my garden shall be the children's playground forever and ever. He was really very sorry for what he had done. Finally, the giant realized his mistake, what he had done. He felt very sad and he felt very bad when he realized how selfish he was. So he understood why the spring was not entering his garden. So he decided to put that poor little boy on top of the tree, and then he decided to knock down that wall, and so that the children could come into his garden and it could be a playground for them, so that they could play there every day. And he was really sorry for what he had done. So now let's check out some of the questions, students. How selfish I have been. Identify the type of sentence. Very simple, students. You can see look at the punctuation marks, so you will understand which sentence is this. It's an exclamatory sentence because exclamation mark was there in that particular sentence. How selfish I have been. So let us move ahead. Here we have a next paragraph. So he crept downstairs and opened the front door softly and went out into the garden. But when the children saw him, they were so frightened that they all ran away, and the garden became winter again. Only the little boy did not run, for his eyes were so full of tears that he did not see the giant. So now the giant decided that I have to bring in the spring, and I should bring the children inside my garden. So he crept downstairs and he opened the front door quite softly. But what happened was the children saw him, because due to the previous experience, the children were so scared of the giant. The moment the children saw him, they all ran away, and again the garden became winter. There was winter in the garden again. Only the little boy did not run. Why? Because his eyes were full of tears and he actually couldn't see the giant. The giant was not visible to him. So now let's check out some of the questions. Find the past tense of the word creep from the passage. This is quite simple, students. Just have a look at the first line, the third word, crept. The answer is crept. Now the next question, why did the garden become winter again? Why did the garden become winter again? So let's check out the answer. The moment the children saw the giant, they were frightened and ran away from there, and hence it was winter again in the garden. Now let's move ahead. We have this particular here. Coming, and the giant stole up behind him and took him gently in his hand, and put him up the tree. Now the giant he picked that child up and he put him up into the tree. and the tree broke at once into blossom. It started flowering, and the birds came and sang on it, and the little boy stretched out his two arms and flung them around the giant's neck and kissed him. And the other children, when they saw that the giant was not wicked any longer, came running back, and with them came the spring. It's your Okay, so this was the paragraph wherein the giant, he uh, picks the little boy up and helps him climb up the tree, and so there the tree started blossoming. There were flowers all around. The birds came in, and hence all the other children also entered, and they realized that the giant was not no longer wicked, and hence the spring also came to the garden. Let's check out the questions. How did the spring come back in the garden? When the children saw that the giant was not wicked any longer, all the children came back to the garden, and with them came the spring. I read it again. When the children saw that the giant was not wicked any longer, all the children came back to the garden, and with them came the spring. It is your garden now, little children, said the giant, and he took a great axe and knocked down the wall. And when the people were going to market at 12 o'clock, they found the giant playing with the children in the most beautiful garden they had ever seen. Now it so happened the giant, he took an axe and he just knocked that he broke that wall. And when the people around, surrounding people, when they were passing by, going to the market at 12 o'clock, they actually found the giant playing with the children, and it was the most beautiful garden they had ever seen. All day long they played, and in the evening they came to the giant to bid him goodbye. So let us check out some of the questions, students. Here, it is your garden now, the little children. This was a state. This was said by whom? Who is the speaker? Yes, the giant is the speaker. Yes. Shall we move ahead? Okay. But where is your little companion? He said. The boy that I put onto the tree. The giant loved him the best because he had kissed him. We don't know, answered the children. He has gone away. You must tell him to be sure and come here tomorrow, said the giant. But the children said that they did not know where he lived and had never seen him before, and the giant felt very sad. Now all the children, they enter the garden, but the giant was searching for that little boy. So he asked, where is your little companion? But nobody had seen him earlier before, and children did not know where he had disappeared. The giant loved him because that boy had actually kissed him. So now let us check out this answer, some of the questions. Why did the giant love the small boy? Why did he like him? The giant loved the small boy because the boy had kissed him. So students, we can stop here, and we can continue the remaining last part of that lesson in part 4. So till we meet in the next class, have a nice day.